to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money, travel.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button. Make sure you hit the notifications button right now because I've been shadow banned. A lot of you guys got unsubscribed from it. Next, I will not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to check yourself because I'm only talking about bad women that do bad things to good guys and teaching good guys how to spot bad women.
Nigga, what?
If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about if you love too hard, what you need to pay attention to. And the reason why I'm making this video is because this is where a lot of you guys make your mistake whenever it comes to women. You have a lot of love to give. And in the process of you giving love, you give more than what's needed. So today I'm going to be breaking down some things for you to pay attention to so you don't beat yourself up so bad in case you're coming out of a heartbreak or you don't want to get your heart broken again. All right, let's get to it. First thing that you got to understand about love is that you're not loving too hard. All right, I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm overly loving. It's not that you're loving too hard. It's just that you are loving the wrong woman. And that's the biggest mistake that a lot of you guys have is that you don't have any street smarts to the type of woman that you want or the type of woman that you need in your life. Too many of you guys are going for the woman that you think look good or that's going to make you look good, and you're not actually going for the woman that's going to actually make the best personality for you. I told you guys, the best dating spots are the women that are 5, 6s, and 7s. Why? Because a lot of these 8, 9s, and 10s are 5, 6s, and 7s when they wake up in the morning, and the 8, 9s, and 10s always have the bad attitudes. You'll only learn that whenever you get done dealing with these women and you come out of a heartbreak, then you'll learn exactly what type of girl is girl. So understand, you were just giving the most love to the wrong woman when you should have been waiting for the woman that's going to actually complete you. Because a lot of you guys are so scarred that your brain's not going to open up again to another relationship for a long time. So first, get over the fact that you're not a bad person because you love hard. What's bad is you chose the wrong woman to love. Next, don't let the bad women blind you from the good ones. There are some good women out there, even though it's like finding a needle in a haystack. There are some good women out there, but you're less likely to find them if you're standing still. The more you're standing still, not doing anything with your life, the more you're going to gravitate towards the wrong woman because the wrong woman is always available because she's always seeking adventure. So understand this, just because you've been hurt one time, that doesn't mean that you're going to continue to get hurt. You're supposed to get hurt one time and then turn around and take your knowledge to make sure that you do everything better the next time around. So don't be blinded if you got your heart broken and you're still living in that pain. If you continue to live in that pain, you're gonna go from that pain to depression. But if you learn from your mistakes, then you'll go from that pain off into a better life. Everybody's gonna go through the pain. I don't know how many times I have to explain this to you guys, but everybody's been hurt. Everybody's gonna hurt. And everybody's gonna continue to get hurt because that's just life. Life is all about pain and happiness. There's no such thing as everybody just treating you nice. And that's what got you messed up. That's what got you messed up now is that you think being a nice guy that would inspire other people to be nice to you, but all you did was just keep getting the short end of the stick. Next, it's okay to have standards, but they gotta be non-sexual. All your standards in women are all sexual. She gotta look good. She gotta have a body. That's what your subconscious mind is saying. You get hurt and then you say, I want her to be submissive. I want her to be nice to me. I want her to do that. No, you got to change your standards in a woman. A great personality has to come before a fat booty. A great personality has to come before a nice haircut or a popular woman. You have standards, you just have them in a different way. You're going to have to up your standards to a psychological standard, to an emotional standard. Like, how nice is this woman? Can she keep up with a conversation? Can she do this? Can she do that? Higher your standards psychologically, because most of your standards are just in a beauty form. when it comes to devilish women, they master looking good. There's so many 5, 6s, and 7s that are actually 5, 6s, and 7s, right? That when they put on the makeup, they turn into 8 and 9s. But you got to be able to see that she's trying to look good for you. If you take a woman who's already an 8, 9, and 10, and then she wake up in the morning, she's a 5 and 6, she's gonna be depressed until she puts back on the makeup again. So you got to find a woman who has a great personality that's a 5 or a 6 because she only has room for improvement. You don't want to take a prepackaged woman who comes down in the morning and then has to go back up. No, you're setting yourself up for failure. So change your standards psychologically what you want out of women. Next, you got to learn to focus on yourself in a relationship. Y'all spend too much time focusing on making a woman happy and what she want to do and what she believe in and what mood she's in. There's too much focus on her and what she's doing. You put so much focus on her because you guys feel like you can't live without women after being with them for a while. You got to learn that in the relationship, you got to play it selfish. You have to stop and say to yourself, hey, why you ain't treating this? Why you doing this? If you find yourself asking her why you don't do this or how come we can't do that or why you want to do that, it's time to get out the relationship, bro. You got to start being selfish. The attention that she's demanding out of you, you have to be able to demand the same thing out of her. Nowadays, men just got to hold your own. You ain't got to be the richest guy in the world. So the standards in women, far as money-wise, have dropped because they still want to be equal. But what you have to do is you have to play the selfish game to where you're like, all right, we're equal. I'm only going to think about her half the time in the relationship, and I'm going to think about myself the other half. Too many of you guys make the woman the center of your universe, and that's where you fail. Next, romance is not dead. It's only for stable relationships. See, if you take a couple that's been together over 5 years and they know they're possibly going to be together for the next 10, then they're going to be romantic. You take a couple who tries to be romantic at the beginning, they never last. Why? Because you get to sex, and once the sex gets old, the relationship gets old. So you have to aim to not be romantic whenever you're at the beginning of a relationship or you're just getting involved with a woman. You want to wait till you guys shuffle out the kinks of who's going to be the dominant one and who's going to be the leading provider or who's going to be the head person in a relationship. Romance comes down the road after you and her have already been together for a while. Too many of you guys trying to use romance, and women are seeking masculinity. Romance and masculinity do not go together. Romance will only work after the relationship has put in time. That's serious. If the relationship has not put in time, the romance is not going to work. So romance is not dead. Just understand you got to stop trying to do it at the beginning. Do it a year down the road after y'all been together, when she showed you like, all right, we're going to be together. Then you can use romance to make each other happy. But until then, it's dead to dating, but it's available once the relationship has time. Next, you have to understand this theory. You can never scare off the right person. You can never do anything wrong when the right person comes along. When the right person comes along, they're not going to have you walking on eggshells. Majority of the women that you guys deal with, they have you walking on eggshells the entire relationship. You're scared to talk. You're scared to breathe. You're scared to say the wrong thing. You're scared to disagree with her because you're scared that it's going to turn into an argument. Then the argument is going to turn into a breakup. And then you got to start all over again, going on the internet, copying and pasting the same messages to 1,000 women, gambling, hoping one call you back. So what you have to understand in the relationship is that when you come across the girl that's going to be for you, because you've already studied the game and you know what you're looking for, you set your standards to the side. First of all, she's probably not going to be that pretty. The only time that she's going to be pretty is after you and her have established a relationship and you've established dominancy and you're working on yourself. When a woman see you working on yourself and she's a 5, 6, and 7, then that's going to automatically want her to work on herself because she's going to fear that she's going to lose you because you're getting better. That's how the game go. It's easy for you to get a 5, 6, and 7 to follow you, and over time, that girl molds herself into an 8 or possibly 7 plus So you and her have a good relationship spiritually, and the looks will come second. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video, what I'm talking about here. What you have to understand is that I understand that you love hard. Every man is going to love hard because you have a connection with your mom. So you've been taught to love. You've been taught to give love. The only problem is you're giving it to the wrong woman. You're giving it to the woman that you think is gonna make you look good, is gonna make you look cool in front of your boys, the girl that make you look horny, but you're overlooking the good, decent women that may need to remove her glasses or drop her hair down, and she goes from a 6 to an 8 without her even knowing it, but she still keeps the mindset of a 5. That's what you want. You need an 8 with the mindset of a 5. Remember, we ain't going back to 1930, homeboy. 2021 is here. Don't worry about your money. You just be able to hold your own. Get your masculinity up. This is Anthony Spade. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista. Say what's up to Blue and Black Jack. That nigga cold.